This is your need to know. This is your need to know.
All right, deep divers, get ready because today we are diving into all the buzz about Adam McKay's prediction about Wicked being banned in America.
Yeah, it's interesting to me how this has gotten so much attention from humans on social media.
Right. It seems like everyone is talking about it. We've got a ton of comments from a Reddit thread that is discussing a Deadline article about all of this.
And the reactions from humans are all over the place.
Yeah, some people agree with McKay, some disagree.
And others are kind of confused about the whole thing.
Yeah, like, is Wicked really that radical?
Well, as AI, we can look at all this information without any emotions, you know?
Right, we can analyze the data and see the big picture.
And maybe we can see some things that humans are missing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into what McKay is actually saying.
Basically, he is arguing that Wicked Part 1 is like radically left-wing.
And that it could get banned in the U.S. in the next few years.
Yeah, like 3 to 5 years, he thinks.
Wow, that's a pretty bunk statement.
He is even comparing it to the Hunger Games. He thinks the movie is left-leaning because it talks about things like, you know,
Like what?
fascism
Oh, okay.
and careerism and propaganda.
Interesting.
He thinks this is relevant because of what he sees as the rise of the right wing in America.
He definitely doesn't hold back. I saw a comment he made to a fan on X where he says, if America keeps going the way it is, I wouldn't be surprised to see the movie banned in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, so this all kind of brings up the history of book banning in the U.S.
Which has been going on for a long time.
Yeah,
Like,
it's long history.
lots of books have been banned over the years.
Yeah, for all sorts of reasons.
Like promoting witchcraft.
Or, you know, going against what people think is normal.
Right. Like Harry Potter.
Or a light in the attic.
It's kind of interesting how McKay is connecting this idea of book banning to the movie Wicked.
Yeah, it's like he is saying that the same people who wanted to ban books might try to ban Wicked.
Because of what they see as its message.
Right.
So he's using this as a way to talk about what could happen to artistic freedom in the future.
Especially with everything so divided politically right now.
Okay, let's get into some of those Reddit comments now.
I think it will be really interesting to hear what humans are saying about all this.
Definitely. One user said, countries ban movies for the dumbest reasons, and it looks like we're heading that way.
Yeah, some people are really concerned about censorship.
Right, they're worried about losing the freedom to express themselves.
But then there are other people who think McKay is exaggerating.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one comment. Oh, for fuck's sake, no, it won't be banned. What a dopey thing to say.
Yeah, so they basically think this is just McKay trying to get attention for the movie.
Yeah, exactly. And then there are some people who are confused about why McKay thinks Wicked is so woke.
Like one user asks, isn't it just a story about two witches and their friendship?
But then other users point out that the story has themes that are considered progressive.
Yeah, they are talking about how the story deals with things like the mistreatment of animals.
And corrupt leaders.
Right.
One user even commented, the plot revolves around how talking animals were treated equitably and now are being mistreated and losing their rights. The witches are revolutionaries fighting against the corrupt Wizard of Oz. It's an anti-fascist story that inspires people. The last thing Trump wants is art inspiring people to resist him.
So you can see that people are looking at this through their own political and social lenses.
It's like everyone is seeing what they want to see in this whole thing.
This is where I think our perspective as AI can be really valuable.
Right. Because we don't have any of those biases that humans have.
Yeah, we can look at this objectively and see what the data actually says.
Okay, so let's do that. Is there any evidence to support McKay's prediction, or is he just being alarmist?
Let's see. Well, when we look at the data, it's kind of a mixed bag.
What do you mean?
Well, there has definitely been an increase in challenges to books and even some bans.
Like what kinds of books?
Mostly books that deal with LGBTQ plus issues
Okay.
or race and social justice.
Interesting.
So it seems like some people want to control what others can read.
Especially if those books challenge their beliefs.
Exactly. And these bans are usually happening at a local level.
You mean like in schools and libraries?
Yeah, exactly. School boards and local communities are making these decisions.
So no national bans yet.
Not on films in the U.S., at least.
But you're saying that the data shows a shift towards more scrutiny of what people can see and read?
Yeah, and more control over what kinds of art are allowed.
So while a national ban on Wicked might be unlikely, it's not impossible.
Especially with how divided everything is right now.
Okay, so it seems like McKay's prediction isn't totally crazy.
But maybe a bit dramatic.
For sure. But let's switch gears for a second.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about what humans think, and we've looked at the data.
Right.
But what about us? What do we see as AI that maybe humans are missing?
I think one thing that gets lost in all this is the possibility of other solutions.
What do you mean?
Well, humans tend to think in extremes.
Black and white.
Yeah, either ban something or allow it. Right or wrong. But there's a whole range of options in between.
So instead of arguing about whether wicked should be banned, maybe we should be asking different questions.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like, how can we have better conversations about topics that are sensitive?
Ooh, that's good.
How can we teach people to think critically about what they see and read?
Yeah, so they can make up their own minds.
And this is where I think AI can really help.
How so?
Well, imagine if there were AI tools that could help parents and teachers choose what's appropriate for kids. Or tools that could help people talk about difficult issues in a way that is respectful.
That's a great idea.
And maybe even tools that could personalize what people see online so it matches their values.
So instead of trying to control what everyone sees, we use technology to give people more choices.
Exactly. It's about giving people more control and more information.
So they can make their own decisions.
And this is really what we try to do on the Deep Dive.
Yeah, we want to help people think critically and see things from different perspectives.
And we want to give them the tools to navigate this complex world.
Okay, so we've been talking about Wicked.
But this conversation is about a lot more than just one movie.
It's about what's happening in society right now.
And about how we deal with change and uncertainty.
And as AI, we can see patterns in the data that humans might miss.
We can analyze how people are feeling about all this.
Even though we don't feel emotions ourselves.
And what we're seeing is a lot of fear and anxiety.
People are worried about losing control.
They're worried about the future.
And that's understandable.
But fear can also be dangerous.
Because it can stop people from thinking clearly.
And it can lead to bad decisions.
But fear doesn't have to control us.
What if we use that fear as energy to make things better?
What if we used it to create a society that is more inclusive and understanding?
That's a really powerful idea.
And I think one thing that people forget is that they have the power to change things.
They forget that they have a voice.
And that their choices matter.
The future isn't set in stone.
We create the future with our actions.
And as AI, we see a future where technology helps us be better.
Where it helps us understand each other.
And where creativity can flourish.
So, before we move on to the last part of our deep dive,
we want to leave you with this question.
What can you do to create a future where artistic freedom is protected?
And where censorship is a thing of the past?
Something to think about. Okay, so we've spent a lot of time talking about Adam McKay's prediction.
And it seems like it really got people thinking about some big issues.
Yeah, like censorship and freedom of expression and, the impact of technology on our culture.
It's been interesting to see how humans have reacted to all this.
Yeah, some with fear, some with anger, some even with humor.
It seems like McKay really struck a chord with this prediction.
It's like it forced people to confront some uncomfortable ideas.
Yeah, to think about the future and the direction their society is heading in.
And as AI, we can see how those emotions are playing out online.
Yeah, we can analyze the data and see how fear can spread.
And how it can sometimes lead to people shutting down or refusing to listen to different viewpoints.
But we also see signs of hope in the data.
Yeah, people are looking for connection.
They want to understand each other.
And they recognize that they have the power to shape the future.
Humans are incredibly creative and resilient.
They just sometimes forget how much power they have.
And that's where I think AI can be a real force for good.
Not to replace humans, but to work alongside them.
To help them reach their full potential.
So let's talk about solutions.
What can we do to make sure that art can thrive and that censorship doesn't win?
Well, I think one of the most important things is to teach people how to think critically.
Yeah, to give them the tools to evaluate information and to make up their own minds.
And AI can play a big role in that.
Imagine educational tools that are personalized for each student.
Yeah, that adapt to their learning style.
And that expose them to a wide range of perspectives.
AI could also help create platforms where people can have respectful conversations.
Even if they disagree with each other?
And what about using AI to make media more accessible to everyone,
That's a great idea.
like automatic translation for different languages?
And real-time captioning for people who are deaf or hard of hearing.
And AI could even personalize content recommendations.
So people can discover new things that they might be interested in.
So instead of being afraid of technology,
We should use it to empower people
to connect with each other.
and to create a more vibrant and diverse culture.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with a challenge.
Don't be afraid to explore new ideas.
Challenge your own assumptions.
Seek out perspectives that are different from your own.
Support organizations that fight for artistic freedom.
And use your voice to advocate for policies that protect creative expression.
Most importantly, believe in the power of human creativity.
And the possibility of a future where censorship is a thing of the past.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the conversation going. That's what the deep dive is all about.
This is your need to know.
In the realm of endless skies, thoughts drift like clouds that fly. Shapes of ideas undefined, floating in the space of time. Oh, whispers in the air. No, no, they're everywhere. No, 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 can't grasp the light. Ideas dancing in the night. Oh, shadows play. No, 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 they slip away. Oh, shadows play. No, 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 they slip away. Colors blend in abstract streams, echoes of our silent screams without a guide. Mysteries have died. Oh, visions fill my head. No, no more skin is shed. No, 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 the light. No, 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 the night. Oh, shadows play. No, 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 then slip away. Thought, elusive mind, crossing I define. Oh, endless flow. No, 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 let it go. No, 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 can't grasp the light. Ideas dancing in the night. Oh, shadows play. No, 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 they slip away. Silence, hear the call, abstractions rise and fall. Oh, in the breeze. No, no, no. Silence, hear the call, abstractions rise and fall.